I am thrilled that you're here. Why am I thrilled that you're here? First and foremost is that you're taking a step, the first step into a TrūAura journey. And what does that journey look like? Well, first and foremost, it's joining a sisterhood or a community that we are extremely proud of. Notice that I didn't talk about the product first. The product is wonderful and it does wonderful things, and we're going to talk through that this evening. But first and foremost, we are a community that builds each other up, equips each other, encourages each other, and makes sure that no person is left behind. We're a company that is all about moving forward and really focusing on the future and how to help each person achieve what they want to achieve. As we look through this evening, I want to just be able to walk you through who we are. And first on who we are is, let me tell you a little bit about myself. First, I joined TrūAura back earlier this spring. I've been in the direct sales world for some time now and really enjoy it. Why do I enjoy it? Because my favorite thing is to meet someone where they are and help them take their next step. And that's what I'm hoping that I'm able to do for you this evening. Meet you where you are and help answer some of your questions, some of your concerns, and help you take that next step. So, and a little bit of the background of who we are here at TrūAura, we started just over 2 years ago. We were started by a man by the name of Rick Heath, and he has over 30 years background in the direct sales world, but even more so in the skincare industry. We're going to talk a little bit more about that industry and why it's important. But the first thing that you need to realize is that we are a disruptor to a multi-billion-dollar industry. How are we a disruptor? Well, first, we talk about things that are not as fun to talk about, and that is the bacteria that lives on the largest organ of our body. The largest organ of our body being the skin, we have bacteria just like in our gut. But guess what? We have no problem talking about a healthy gut flora and making sure that we have a healthy environment for our gut to thrive. You need to do the exact same thing for your skin. And the skincare is a key spot of your body to make sure that you're living healthy. So Rick, just over 2 years ago, made sure that he was building a company that he truly believed in what we were doing. That he was also being a disruptor, because what we've seen is that the disruptors are the ones that are thriving and growing into the future. As we look at who he wanted to develop as a company and how he wanted to develop TrūAura, I'm going to start here in the middle. So gaze your eyes in the middle of the screen at integrity, at the intersection of integrity, ethics, respect, and honesty. Yes. These are things that you will find almost on any website, in any statement that a company starts today. But it's truly whenever the times get tough is when you will see if companies have the integrity, ethics, honesty, and respect that they talk about so much. What I have found is working with many different companies around the world. I've worked with Australia, New Zealand, China, Africa, European countries, different things. And what I have found is that when times get tough, some of these roads go right out the window. Well, I started in February with TrūAura, and I can tell you that times got tough pretty quick. They got tough pretty quick. And what I noticed, and I've watched very closely and very carefully, is that when times got tough, the integrity went up. The ethics went up. The honesty went up. The respect. Because we started to live in more transparency and in more accountability and talking more, the communication level, and making sure that we are equipping the field to succeed. If that's something that means something to you, I know it does to me, and it was a big key factor in why I joined TrūAura, and where it not only where we are in our journey, but because of what we stand on and the cornerstones of our business. If that's important to you, you're at the right place at the right time. Another thing that's important to us that I mentioned earlier is community. Why is community important? It isn't just a fad. It is how, as human beings, we are woven together to encourage and to be part of a bigger picture. You see, our life is like a puzzle, and you are an important part of that puzzle. You just have to find the right puzzle to be a part of. Your skill sets that you have, the value that you can add is important as any other puzzle piece. And what we look at TrūAura, it's more of a sisterhood. Yes, we have a couple men that have joined our business and that are thriving in what they're doing, but it's mostly a sisterhood. A sisterhood that encourages and believes in each other, supports each other, and above all, has fun. So if you're looking for community, you've come to the right place. And now the last picture over here on the right of somebody reaching down and lifting up. This is a special one because the way I look at this picture is at TrūAura, we're not just giving you a handout. This isn't just a business to where you sit back and let the paycheck come to the mail. Believe me, if you've come here thinking, oh, this is a get rich quick type thing, you're at the wrong place. This is hard work. You have to reach out to people. It's a sales network, and you're reaching out, and it's not just selling, it's solving. You're identifying problems and solving it with our product. That's truly what sales is. But what we do at TrūAura, we don't give the hand out. We give the hand up. We reach down and we say, hey, what do you need? What are your desires? What do you want? And then we say, hey, let us help you achieve that. That's what gets me going. That's what flips my switch, is identifying areas of someone's life that we can help with as a corporate team and give that hand up. And in fact, this is a wonderful one to share here. I love Valerie. Valerie is a wonderful story. And in fact, just 2 days ago, she added a fourth member to this picture. How wonderful is that? So she's got 4 little ones now. We've been anticipating that fourth coming. And you know what? She had some uncertainty recently. Why? Because her husband and partner and life and soulmate, he became a casualty of COVID in the economic sense. You see, he went through unemployment and he was let go from his job, and all of a sudden she's pregnant. They're bringing another fourth into the world, and they're like, and it should have been a time of panic for them, but it wasn't. You see this wonderful post that she had here on our closed group in TrūAura, where she shares of what TrūAura did in bridging that gap until her husband's able to find the next thing. So you might be coming here today going, hey, can TrūAura bridge that gap of the furlough that I've had, or that my partner has had? Maybe it's bridging a gap, or maybe just a supplemental income, but it can be that for you as well. Here's the second testimony that I want to share with you, and it is the wonderful April. She's a top seller for us every single month, and this was actually a picture and a share that she had from back in April, and she sold almost $12,000 this month. I'll tell you exactly how much she made a little bit later when we talk about income, but it's nothing to shake a stick at, I'll tell you that much. But she is sharing here about the flexibility of our business. Not just our business at TrūAura. We understand that the industry as a whole is about flexibility. I'm going to share just a term with you that you might not be familiar with, and it's called the gig economy. The gig economy that basically means, hey, I work when I want, how I want. It's my business, my way. Some of the most famous ones are the Airbnbs and the Ubers and stuff like that. And I'll share with you a little bit more on the macro sense, the big picture of how they fit into who we are. But April shares here about the flexibility of being able to sit in a cap and comfy pants and a tank top. Don't forget the coffee. And if once you jump in here with us and join the journey at TrūAura, you'll find that I love me some coffee. I do every Tuesday caffeine and conversations with me, where I just really try to pour into the field and motivate us. And you'll find that I love my coffee as well. Third, this is Lynn. Lynn is one of our top leaders in the company, one of the largest teams in our company. Well, her boyfriend at the time also suffered the casualty of a COVID job and was let go from his job. And again, there could have been some times of concern, not knowing what was going on, because guess what? Also in the middle of March, Hector, the wonderful Hector, who I've gotten to know, guess what? He proposed to Lynn. And they moved from an uncertain time of dating into a time of engagement. Now, this should have been a time of certainty, of planning and having fun and really leaning into that. But unfortunately, with COVID, it created a time of uncertainty. But with Lynn's business, she was able to bridge that gap once again. And she was able to say, hey, we can start planning. We don't have to rely on that. The savings that I've built up, I've been able to build that up so that we can bridge a gap. And we have been planning for something like this. This isn't a rainy day. This is an opportunistic day. Just love this couple and getting to know them even better. And as we start to look at TrūAura and how we really fit into the bigger picture, I love that of where we are in the company. And this is why I joined when I did. Because as I was talking to Rick back in early January and February, I had just moved back from Australia working with a very, very large direct sales company. I was over both Australia and New Zealand and have a very global point of view whenever it comes to direct sales. I sat down just to mutual friends and met with Rick over a coffee. Shocking. 3 hours later, we decided to part ways to talk again. After a few more lunches and discussing and understanding where TrūAura is in their story arc, we'll call it, I couldn't wait to join. I couldn't wait to be part of the team and to be able to really lean in and be a part of the solution for so many. You see, whenever you look at TrūAura, we're at that early adoption phase. And if this is exciting to you, you're at the right place at the right time. Why? Because the early adopters are in the top 15% of the of population, really, whenever you look at a product adaptive curve. And so this would be the people that they're at the front of the line at Apple whenever the new phones come out, right? They're the ones that are kind of, they're helping build the bandwagon. They're laying the foundation. They're the first ones marching out, following the leader. The innovators, the 2.5%, guess what? They're your Ricks. They're your Steve Jobs. They're your Warren Buffetts. They're leading the way. And those early adopters are the first ones to raise their hand. Well, guess where we are in this cycle? We're actually about at the 9%. 8 or 9%. We are still early on the early adoption. We haven't even hit that to the moon. So if that is exciting to you and you're like, hey, I want to be part of building the bandwagon, you're at the right place at the right time. You probably could guess it. So over the next 10 minutes or so, I want to go over who we are, how we do what we do, and what we do. I like to follow this circle here on your page. And if you're not familiar with this, you'll be familiar with it very soon, because it's somebody that I hold near and dear. His name's Simon Sinek. He's an author, philosopher, and wonderful thinker of our generation. He came up with this golden circle, and it's about starting with the why. The why is the bullseye of your business. And why do I want to talk through this with you? Because I want you to think through this as you are starting your TrūAura business. Why are you doing it? Why? Is it community? Is it whatever it might be? Community, income, all of the above, whatever it might be. But what I'd really love to know, and I'd love for you to share in the chat or whatever it might be, is it to make an impact in other people's lives? Is it for the flexibility? Or maybe it's the product. Guess what? We have a great product, and you've probably tried it. And because of the noticeable differences that you've seen, that's why you're here. So let's start out with the why. Whenever you think about the why, depending on what it is, if you're doing this part-time, full-time, or big time, you're going to make an impact in other people's lives, whether it's with product or you're bringing somebody along with you, just like somebody invited you to this call today. And whenever you make an impact in other people's lives, it gives you meaning. And it creates a significance that you have. And that meaning leads to a purpose. And whenever you have a purpose in your everyday, and you can lay your head down at night saying, I am fulfilled with my day. All of a sudden, you're bouncing out of bed the next day, ready to make an impact. Looking to make an impact. And once you start making that impact, you find meaning, and then it gives you purpose, and you get in that healthy cycle. That's why we do what we do. And I think you can tell that I have passion in my voice when I talk about the why. This isn't just speak with us. This is something that we want to speak into you. We want to live this ourselves. And we want to equip you and ourselves to have an impactful, meaningful, purposeful life. So how do we do that? You might go, oh man, this sounds great. How do you do it? Well, first of all, we do it through the direct sales model. There's 3 different ways that companies have to choose how to get their product to the consumer, right? There's 3 different ways. The first is a online method that they're an online retailer, and they do online marketing, whether through social or whatever it might be, and they depend on online sales to get there. The second one is a retail model. So you have a brick and mortar store, and you sell your products in the brick and mortar store, or you might be a wholesaler that sells to a brick and mortar store. I don't know if you've looked at the economy lately, but those brick and mortar stores are actually closing. There's been a lot of actually over the last 3 to 5 years. It's not just because of the times we are in and the circumstances and situation we are in with COVID. It is actually a 3 to 5 year thing. Don't let them fool you right now. The brick and mortar side of the business, the traditional retail, is not a dying breed. It's a changing breed. It's not going to go away. It is going to dwindle, though, because of the online presence and also because of the resurgence of direct sales. And direct sales is the third way that you get your product into consumers' hands. And that is the customized shopping experience. Yes, it has changed from over the years. You see, I love this Maya Angelou's quote of, people will forget what you say and forget what you do, but they'll never forget how you made them feel. And that's a customized shopping experience. That is what direct sales does. We've seen the resurgence of this gig economy, which I mentioned earlier. And some of those gig companies started back in 2008 and 2010. If you recall, during that time, that was the last recession we were in. So whenever there is times of recession, there's times of opportunity. 3 of the biggest companies out there are growth companies out there right now were gig companies that started back then. You see, Uber is one of the largest transportation companies in the world, and they don't own one plane, train, or automobile. Airbnb, the largest hotel in the world, but owns no rooms, owns no beds, owns no buildings. You see, you have to look at in struggle, you have to look for the opportunity. The great thing is about the direct sales world is we were the original gig economy. About almost 100 years ago now, the direct sales world started. And it started not because the product was needed, it was because of the community that was needed. It was creating an environment to where you could have a social gathering. The product just gave a reason for it. And guess what? We're at a time right now, more than ever, that people are looking for an opportunity to gather, whether that's online, in a very safe way, or look forward to the future where they can get together and actually be face-to-face, belly-to-belly. Right now, we teach and we have a platform that you can use Zoom to be able to be in each other's living rooms and create that environment all digitally. So then that leads us into the outer circle of what do we do? And that is creating a healthy skin. A healthy skin by having a pre and probiotics into our product that is going to create a healthy skin and an environment for you to thrive. Lots of words on the screen. Let me just break down two of them that I absolutely love. And that's over here right across her face where it says the noticeable results. Those are the only two that you need to remember. And some of you have seen these results yourself. I know I have. I came into TrūAura and have never had a skincare routine. I started seeing noticeable results within 1 week. I've always had good skin. Hashtag blessed. But I've always had pretty good skin. But I started to see a difference in 1 week. The noticeable results makes you want to do it more. And then all of a sudden you start to understand that you're preserving, supporting, and supplementing a healthy environment for your skin. Yes, age-defying ingredients, pre and probiotics that are going to give a balanced environment for your skin to thrive. And then to preserve the microbiome, that flora that we talked about in your gut, guess what? You got to do it on your skin too. Make sure you reach out to the person that invited you onto this call. If you don't understand the science behind what we're doing, boy, all you got to do is ask once. They'll tell you all about it. So now let's move into the business side of our conversation. We've got about 5 more minutes that and then I'll let you go. But really what we're looking here is if you are looking at this and saying, hey, I'm in, this is awesome. Well, preparation is key. Understanding who you are in this model. And what we found is that there's more than this, but the 4 people, and I want to paint this picture for you because one of these is you. If you're still on the fence of going, I just don't know if this is for me, let me tell you who's successful in this. The entrepreneur that is all about vision, is all about competitive spirit, and the idea person. If you love tossing around ideas of like, oh, we could do this, or the uber creative, the creatives that just like talking about these things. You're uber competitive, and during these times and circumstances we're in, you might be playing more board games. If you get kind of upset whenever you don't win, I got news for you. You might be an entrepreneur. We want to foster an environment for you that you can tap into that entrepreneurial spirit that you don't even know that you have. The second one is the burned out professional. If you're not one, you know one. Someone who's sick and tired of doing the 9 to 5 that's turned into the 8 to 6, that you have to leave the house at 7 and get home at 7. Then you're making dinner and then you're pulling your hair out going, I feel undervalued. I don't get paid enough. I have too much stress in my life. That's the burned out professional. And if that's not you, you know someone, and make sure you're talking to them and telling them that there is a life vest for them. We can be that. We can be a soft landing place for them. No one needs to go through the everyday feeling unvalued. The third one of my favorites, is a power mom. All of us have a mom, and some of us were blessed to have a power mom. You might be joining us going, hey, yeah, that's me. Guess what? The power mom, no matter how many balls you're juggling in the air, you become more efficient as you add more in there. I found this, that a lot of the times whenever you're juggling the schedule and this and this, and the skill sets that you have developed as being a mom is needed in our society today. So if you might be saying, oh gosh, I haven't been in an office environment or done the job thing in a while. Guess what? You're at the right place at the right time, because we are at a place in our society where we need more moms. We need somebody to bring some order to our chaos. And that's what a power mom does. And the value that we can add to you is we can bring adult conversations to the mix. You might be going, hey, all I do is talk to 5 and 6 and 10-year-olds. Well, guess what? We're just grown up 5, 6, and 10-year-olds, but at least it's somewhat of an adult conversation. And you might need that forced adult conversation, and we can be that place for you. The second act is someone who's moved into a time of retirement. You might have retired from being the power mom, never from a mom, but from a power mom. Retired from that career you were sick and tired of. Maybe it was furloughed. Maybe it was lost a job or let go or during these times. And you're going, I don't know what I'm going to do next. It doesn't have to, the second act doesn't have anything to do with age. It's that, hey, I'm ready for my next step. I'm ready for the sequel, the next movie, the second book. Let's get going. We're a place for you to where you can thrive into that next chapter of your life. The tech that we have developed on the back end, and that's really the beauty of the direct sales world, is that the point of entry into what we do is very low cost. You don't have to build your own website. You don't have to carry your own inventory. You don't have to develop an app or any of the tools or do the training. And you have to do the training, but you don't have to develop it. You don't have to go hire new people and do all this. And the startup cost is next to nothing. What you'll find is that we have an environment for you to thrive. We're proud of it, and we're ready to grow into the future.
TrūAura is right for me is because it just gave me the choice to create the life that I choose and the flexibility to serve in my community and live the life that I love and not through somebody else.
I love with TrūAura that I can drop everything I'm doing and yet take my business on my phone and just go out into the world that I need to live and have my TrūAura business right with me.
I have the freedom and the flexibility to make money when I choose.
TrūAura fills that need for us to be able to work side by side and have fun, to feel confident because our skin looks so great, and to help others so their whole families, their skin looks amazing. So I love the helping of the people, and I love the fact that I get to work with amazing people.
The flexibility. That's a huge benefit in this day and age. You want to have the flexibility to come and go and take care of those and take care of yourself. And that's a huge thing. And I think we need that in our society to be able to have that.
The biggest benefit is knowing that it's something I can be very authentic about, and it fits in with my lifestyle.
I love all the friends that I have all over the country. I have lifelong friends that I have. I just love that. I love that I can choose and create friends all over the country.
You can really make money with us, with selling the products. You can really make money from day one. You get to just take the product and go start sharing it with others. Keep it as simple as you want to make it. I live a very busy lifestyle, and it's all on my phone, just everywhere I go. So go to bed, look at my phone, and then work on my business. Selling hundreds of dollars, from wherever I am.
For me, the opportunity is just simple. It's like talking to your mom across the table.
Keep it fun, keep it easy. But you got to keep talking to people, communicate, and meet people where they are. So like most of my friends and family are on the internet, Facebook in the evening, late evening after you put the kids to bed. So then we go to work then.
If I didn't believe in the opportunity, I couldn't share it. And I fully share this opportunity, whether you are a customer, whether you're a client, whether you want it to change your entire life. This is the best opportunity out there in the entire world.
It's just sharing what you're passionate about.
Awesome. Well, it's always good to hear a testimonial share of some of the top leaders and sellers in our company. And whenever you look at the income of what you can make, this is a tiered commission structure. So the more you sell, the more you're going to make. And you might go, oh, that must be a large amount. No, at $2,500 per month, if you're selling $2,500, and really a beauty break, which is our party that you've probably been to, has an average of $400 or $500 per each one. So if you're doing one a week, really you're going to be able to really get pretty close to that. We also have a TLC program that really helps you get there. That's our kind of a subscription model type thing that can really help you get there as you just sign people up for that, and it can get you to that top level commission. And then, so you might be joining different reasons to join. You can look at it. It's the products, and you're seeing those wonderful results, and it might be a solution for you because it's clean, safe, and healthy. You might look at this as a flexible side gig of, hey, maybe it might turn into something and I can leave that job that I'm sick and tired of. Or maybe it's that bridge that we talked about earlier. Maybe it's to supplement or replace an income that you really need. That supplemental income could be more of a pay for maybe 2020 or 2021 vacation, or maybe private school, or start saving for a college fund, or whatever it might be. But we want to be able to be that opportunity and a solution for you. Might like the tech suite and different things that we do on the tech side, whether it's on apps or websites. Or if making a difference in other people's lives is important to you, I want to hear from you. I want to hear from you. Shoot me a text, send me a message. I'd love to hear from you if any of these things really flip your switch. My phone number, my cell number is 214-908-3221. That is my personal cell phone number. Please text me. Tell me what you love or what you're excited about. What are you excited about on your TrūAura journey? I want to be able to celebrate that with you and help you along the way. 214-908-3221. So let's get started today. Today is the best time to do that. We still have through the end of the month. It is Customer Appreciation Month. 20% off to everyone you reach out to. That does not exclude anyone. So what a better time to start your business by giving away 20%. That's a great way to launch. Get started today. Use that to launch your business. And I can't wait to meet you soon. Have a great night.